Oh, hello friends. Coach Bob here, and today we're getting ready to hook up the Freedom trailer. Gonna be going into Alabama, up near Eufaula area, Barber County Governor's Trail. It's on the Alabama Scenic Byway map. If I'm wrong, I'll type something in here about the exact name of it. It's something that I'm really not familiar with. What I did, I just went online and started looking for some beautiful places to ride. We do a lot of beach cruising kind of thing, but what we wanted to do was get more up into Alabama, the woodlands up there, the rivers and that sort of thing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drive up to Eufaula, spend the night tonight. We found us a nice rate on a motel. We'll do this ride tomorrow, hopefully see some old governor's mansions and stuff. I think that's what's on it, and a lot of cool old farm roads. Well, I've got to get this trailer hooked up. Let's get her done, because Coach Vic gets her ready and I get this ready. I have on my fancy riding shoes, and as Coach Vic calls them, my Justin Bieber riding jeans. I guess they look kind of skinny for an old guy. So he'll be checking me out. Love the trailer. Love the way it hooks up. Love everything about it. Clips in here, clips in there, plugs right in, and then that little square thing holds that together. Make sure there's no binding in the cable here at the hitch or otherwise. Got my two little clasps here, just in case you've never seen one of these hook up. There you go. And this side as well. One thing I've learned in life is locks are really more of a deterrent. I've got these little locks, little inexpensive locks that you get when you purchase little, we'll say, theft deterrents. Run through the little hole there, run through the little hole in the cable, and then I put the top of the lock. Now you guys may have a much better way of locking things up than I do, but this is what I do, and it seems to work. So far anyway, because my trailer's still here and locked on. Now to go get this thing gassed up and ready to roll. Gas station's about a half mile from the house. I never recommend riding without a helmet or gloves. The trailer don't come flying off. Always has to make a little adjustment here and there. Woo! Beautiful day. Get some gas in this puppy. One thing I've noticed about these armrests, I bang the crap out of them. I hope they're durable because I seem to kick them a lot. You know, it's amazing to me that gas is cheap, but premium still, you know. I did that on purpose, didn't take it out of park, trying to see if you're paying attention. You passed, you paid attention. You all may not realize this, but backing up a trailer is a skill. And I will say that I'm not that skilled yet compared to what I was. I'm amazing. What are you doing?
Making my coffee for the road. Going on a CanAm ride, gotta have a coffee with my armrests.
Where are we going today? Do you even know?
I forgot the name of it. What's the name of it? Somewhere in Alabama?
Yeah, that's the name of it, somewhere in Alabama.
Alabama, Georgia border. I forget the name of it. I forget the name of it.
If you go over too many bumps in your chair, what will you do?
Bounce.
You'll Eufaula.
Oh, Eufaula. That's where we're going. Eufaula Springs or Eufaula?
Eufaula, Alabama.
Eufaula, Alabama. Yep. Well, I love having coffee while I ride, so now I have my armrest to relax and have my coffee. Even though it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's quite all right.
Coach Vic, I have a question. Why are we leaving so late?
Because it takes you a while to get ready, Coach Bob. He loses everything and he has to find it all. I've been ready.
You, what?
I have been ready.
How long?
Since 12:15.
What time is it now?
I can't see.
12:16. She is feeding the dogs again. Every time we leave, she leaves 85 treats for the dogs. And then when I get home, guess what? There are 85 treats on the ground that I step on and have to sweep up. Come on, Coach.
Going for a ride. 2-hour ride, or 2.5, maybe 3 hour, 2.5 hour ride.
As we grab the Orchard Pond Parkway and start rolling towards Eufaula, Alabama, we'll be going through Bainbridge and Fort Gaines. We'll be passing a cool reservoir and dam along the way. But this part of the country is rich in history, and you know, a lot of this history at this time in our nation's history is somewhat controversial. So it doesn't make it any less beautiful or any less interesting. So we are going to enjoy this trip and enjoy the beauty that the Southeast has to offer us. Coach Vic is already tugging on my shirt sleeve here. She's telling me it is time to stop. We've been on the road almost 5 miles. She wants to dump that coffee cup and get a GoPro on a selfie stick so she can enjoy the scenery and maybe shoot a little extra content for you. So let me pull this thing over before she gets angry with me and starts beating me over the head or maybe pouring that hot coffee down my back. As we cross the Georgia state line and we enter into Decatur County and up through the Bainbridge area, which is a place that you see often, that when we travel, we always go through Bainbridge. It's a real quick step-off point for us as we leave Florida. Bainbridge is a beautiful little town, a place I think we've mentioned. We considered buying a home there many years ago and have decided to stay here in Tallahassee for a while longer. But Bainbridge is a really nice town. When the kids were young, we'd go up here and hang out at the park and listen to concerts. We went to see Atlanta Rhythm Section years ago up here in Bainbridge, and also would come up here and see the fireworks. It is a place of fond memories of my youth when I played football and of just the kids growing up. It's just a taste of home. But as we leave Bainbridge and head north, we're going to enter into an area called Clay County. Now, Clay County is the home of a city called Fort Gaines. Now, Fort Gaines was named after its builder, General Edmund Gaines, and the Chattahoochee River used to be a trading depot area in that right along there for the cotton trade. And it grew, that cotton trade area grew up right there on the Chattahoochee River, and they built a fort there. They had the Creek Indian Wars, and to defend the citizens against the Creek Indians, they built Fort Gaines. So in 1814, that is when Fort Gaines came up, and it is the county seat of Clay County. The city's pretty small and just has over 1,000 people living there. And in 1998, they built a championship golf course there. It's quite a fishing place that a lot of folks go to. It really is a beautiful area. The people here are very, very nice. And it seems like that every little Georgia town we go through, there's always a kid raising their hand and waving at us as we go by. Another wonderful thing about South Georgia is the friendly people. As we leave Fort Gaines and continue north, we're going to come into a place called Walter F. George Lake. Now, this lake is actually not a natural lake. It's a man-made lake. And as I told you, Fort Gaines is along the Chattahoochee River. The Walter F. George Dam and Lock were built there in 1963 and created this big 45,000 plus acre lake. It has 640 miles of shoreline. It really is quite massive. Again, built in 1963, the Walter F. George Lake, as it's called, on the Georgia side of the state line, and then the state line that crosses that lake on the northern side of that is called Lake Eufaula. Now, not to be confused with the Lake Eufaula that is in Oklahoma, this is Lake Eufaula in Alabama, which is in Eufaula, Alabama, which is where we're going. What's really cool to see for those of you who are familiar with it, and Coach Vic had never seen one of these as we approached it, I did not realize that, was she had never seen a lock. Now, when you have two bodies of water, one that is behind a dam and one that is on the other side of the dam, and you also see this in other areas of the country, but this is the way that we see them a lot here, where you have two bodies of water and one is much higher than the other. The boat goes into the lock and the water is drained out of it, and then the boat comes out and he is at he's on level with the lower body of water. It really is a sight to see, and if you're not familiar with locks, look them up. They're really interesting and they're quite an engineering feat. Anyway, enjoy the scenery that is the Walter F. George Lake, Lock, and Dam. As we pick our way through state parks and country roads, we just sit back, enjoy conversation with one another, listening to a little bit of music and enjoying the smooth ride of the Spyder. The Can-Am really is quite the machine and provides quite a lush ride on these roads. You know, I've been asked about whether we were having any issues with having to put air pressure in the suspension, and so far we have not. After 5,000 miles, we haven't dropped a pound or two in the suspension, so everything is going very well in that area. The roads here are in pretty good condition, but we know that as we approach the greater Eufaula area, the roads will get more rural and it will get a little more bumpy. And what is that we see in the distance? Looks like Smokey the Bear. Pretty up on the internet. There you go. Sure.
We got stopped at the Clay County for what? Is this a checkpoint?
You want me to pull it out for you? It's hard as heck to get out.
I was looking for your...
Let's got my motorcycle endorsement, man.
That's what I was looking for.
Gotcha.
Is this just a checkpoint?
I'll get it back in there.
It is. I got it. Y'all take care. Drive safe.
All right, brother.
right.
God bless, man. Take care of yourself. All right.
We just got stopped at a checkpoint. Cool. Clay County.
Oh, let me get my gloves back on.
Look at there. Cool. That added a little excitement to our trip.
How's it going, buddy? As expected, the roads got narrower and a little more bumpy, but the scenery a little more sweet. We know that we're getting ready to pop out in Eufaula, Alabama, and we'll be looking at the other side of the lake, which will now be Lake Eufaula. The city of Eufaula is quite a sight to behold and very historic, with beautiful churches and old buildings. We can't wait to see it, but after a nice warm day of riding and a little bit of adventure, we're going to find us a motel room, kick our feet up, eat some food, and the next time you see us, it'll be in the morning. Good morning. It is day one of the trip. We are in beautiful Eufaula, Alabama. It was an excellent trip yesterday. Got out to the Can-Am this morning, and there was a gentleman who was parked right here that was in the FBI. It's amazing what you find when you're out on the road. So much common people and common good. Excellent conversation about fathers, parenting, and just fine moral character. So be encouraged. I'm going to get loaded up and we're going to get on the road.
Grab bags, since there's no dining because of the corona. Get grab bags.
I detected just a sense of sarcasm in Coach Vic's tone
Just
there.
a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, let me get my stuff.
As we rode into the southern city of Eufaula, Alabama, we were very much overwhelmed. There was so much, more than we could possibly imagine. And how could we cover so much information and so much at one time? It would take days to just simply go through each beautiful home. So what we decided to do was just pick a few and just share those with you. So join us as we visit our first site, the beautiful Shorter Mansion. Our next stop on this magnificent little tour is the Eufaula First United Methodist Church. The original congregation started in 1834, and a frame Greek revival edifice was built in 1838. A brick structure was erected in 1875, and the existing Gothic structure began construction in 1914 and was completed in 1917. Enjoy the beauty that is First United Methodist Church of Eufaula. Next on the tour, First Baptist Church of Eufaula. Originally, in June of 1837, it was the Irwington Baptist Church. Well, the city changed its name from Irwington to Eufaula in 1843, and consequently the name changed to Eufaula Baptist Church, and later on became Eufaula First Baptist Church. In 1907, lightning struck this building and burned part of it down, and it was rebuilt with the existing materials. Enjoy the beauty of Eufaula First Baptist Church. We've got two more stops on this tour. The first is the Carnegie Library, built by Andrew Carnegie. Yes, Andrew Carnegie, who during the last 18 years of his life gave 90% of his steel industry wealth away. $350 million. That would equal billions today to charities and foundations. This library cost $10,000 to build. He basically said, if you furnish the land and you will provide the funds to keep this thing open, I'll build it for you. Now that is pretty awesome. And the last place we're going to visit in Eufaula is St. James Episcopal Church. A little bit about Episcopalians in Eufaula. In 1838, the original Episcopalians met in their homes. The parish was formally organized in 1844. The present Episcopal St. James Church is the third Episcopal church there. The first was built in 1851 on Barber Street. Around 1883, this frame building was moved to St. James Place, facing the street and library. In 1905, ground was broken for the present building. Construction was completed in 1911, and the pews came from the 1851 building. The church is quite magnificent. It smells old, it feels old, and the floors creak under your feet. It really is a sight to behold. You owe it to yourself to come to Eufaula and see the beautiful and rich history that this magnificently beautiful southern town has to offer. You know, as we toured this beautiful city, it's like, you know, trying to paint a house with an artist's brush. You just can't cover it all. There's so much here, and you owe it to yourself to get to Eufaula and see all of the beautiful sights. Spend a week here. It really is worth it. There's a lot of beautiful, rich history and some really, really nice people. So, what we're going to do, we're going to roll out of Eufaula right now, and we are going to hit the road and pick up some more things on the ride home. What we're going to do, we're going to share that with you in part 2 of this video. That'll be coming up real soon. So until then, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong, baby. So until next time, go seize the day. We'll see you soon.